Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. We're good.
Okay, am I standing right? Am I standing right beside you?
I mean, sort of. Maybe I'm on top of you, or here, I can scoot over a little. There we go. Bam. Perfect. Inside
Okay.
the shot, you're good.
Okay, ready? Okay, go.
Yes.
Hi, this is Digital
All right.
Fam. Oh.
Sorry, go
Do I
ahead.
go? Okay.
You're perfect. Go.
Okay. Hi, this is Digital Fem, and welcome to OVR, the ubiquitous metaverse. And incidentally, we actually are in an OVR live hexagon, and I am here with Hexidized, and we all know and love him. He is quite an active member of the OVR community, and we know that, you know what? Let's just say hi to him. Hey, Hexidized.
Hey, Carmen. Hey, Digital Femme. Thank you very much for being here today. I'm glad that the holidays are finally here. It feels like so much has happened this year, and you were at the start, but also I'm glad to be here again with you.
Yeah, this is amazing. Like, you really decked out this place. Like, it's like I thought I was at the North Pole where Santa Claus is. I thought I was going to meet Santa Claus and his little elves.
Hopefully that's coming from what I hear in the news on the OVR, all these AI assistants and everything else that we'll be able to have ownership of and create with our NFTs. Meeting Santa Claus in this place is not that far away.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. So
Isn't
anyway,
it, though?
so it is. So guys, so Charles is here. They know you by Charles, right?
Everybody knows me by lots of different names. Hexidized, Charles. If you go on Hexidized, you can find me as Charles pretty quick. It's one click away, and then you find me over there.
Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. So tell me, like, let's do a recap on the year since since 2021 is almost ending, in particular with the OVR project. So tell us a little bit about how you started and basically what you plan to do with the OVR project. And I want to talk about your involvement with the MVMF Festival, the Multiverse Music Festival, and all your educational initiatives.
Everything's so exciting. We've had a lot going on. You know, at the beginning of the year when we first got involved, education was the main focus. It was probably one of our biggest focuses for getting involved. And because I have kids and that's, you know, I saw how this is going to be used in the future, and there's going to be educational facilities on it or experiences on it. And I thought, this is what I want to do. This could be exciting. So I saw what was going on some other, you know, platforms like Roblox and things over the summer where they were offering these, you know, learn how to build, and they were offering it to kids. And I thought, why can't we do that with OVR? And so we did. And there was, I think, 5 or 6 kids that really, really got into it and made some things. And you can check the old YouTube videos on that stuff. You know, they did some stuff at the library local here to us, and just got real involved on how to make the 3D characters, and got into we started talking about the Unity development and gaming functions and how this is going to be used in the future for other things. And that led into our MVMF event, the Metaverse Music Fest. And, you know, just being involved and just really getting into this whole space, this augmented reality space, I started looking at a bunch of other metaverse platforms. You know, why wouldn't I? And so I started talking to people that were building on all of these metaverse platforms, and we said, hey, it's not just going to be one, it's going to be all of us together building these things together. And so we decided to have the Metaverse Music Fest, or they really decided. Mighty 33 and My World, it started in their Token Smart show, you know, as their idea, and then it spurred on. Natalie and Lindsay and Easy, so many other people really got involved. In fact, if you can look inside this experience we're in, there's some boards on the side of a house, some posters up there that you can go and see just all the different people that were were involved with MVMF, and there's people that were involved that aren't even on those lists. So it's really amazing to see what this community's been able to do, and what's been done, just throughout this whole year. There's this, from children learning on these things to MVMF and a huge festival. It was beautiful to see all the different types of people from all around the world just really getting in and loving it, and doing something here, just living here, not just saying, oh, we're going to get there to make a quick buck. No, but these people, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing, and we love it.
That's amazing. I noticed that during and quite after the MVMF Multiverse Music Festival, the OVR Twitter account saw a lot more traction and engagement from musicians and artists alike. And I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with what's it called? The number of musicians that were playing in the different multiverses. And the great thing is that I know that there were also there was some CryptoVoxel was involved, the Sandbox and Decentraland. Yeah. They all events there, but what was really great to see was people saw the usability and the ease of deploying content and creating something in the OVR Metaverse.
Yes, it was really, like you said, it's a beautiful thing. Eduardo Miranda, who grew his own computer in a lab. So his computer is not all plastic, it's not all wires. The electronics, the electricity, the sounds are being controlled and transported by a living organism that he grew inside of a shell, inside of a little petri dish in the lab. And it's really cool. There's an experience there. I think it's the #2 experience when you go to the OVR list of most viewed experiences. There's a rubber duck that's really cool. Obviously, it's got like 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 views on it. But the Eduardo Miranda is #2 on that list, and that's really cool to see that people are interested not just in this technology, but what the future of technology is actually going to be created with, and that's really exciting as well.
That's super exciting. So here's the thing. You have created this whole AR village, I would like to say, on OVR. And tell me about the ease of use of the builder. Because I know when I first met you, I think I'm near you, but when I first met you, you really didn't have any 3D modeling experience or anything. And it seems like just within a matter of months, you went to town with that. So tell me about the OVR builder and what was your experience, and is it really easy to use?
It is too easy to use. I have people that, that have started getting in contact with me, and they're like, hey, how can we want to have a spot on OVR. We like what you did there. Can you do one for us? And they're good people, and they're really good people, and they want to be active in these things, and they want to do these things full time. And so, but they'll tell me like, hey, will you do this for me? We'll even like give you some NFTs or something. And I'm like, man, bro, if I build this for you and then do it, and give it to you, when you figure out how easy it is for me to do what I did, we won't be friends anymore. And so in order to keep our friendship, I'm just going to show you how to build on this thing because it'll take me 5 seconds. And sure enough, as soon as I do, they send me a message 2-3 days later, and they're like, hey, dude, I was going to tell you 2 or 3 days ago when I put the auctions in, but I didn't want you to outbid me like a jerk. So I waited for them to close. But now I've got 3 or 5 OVRlands and I'm building on them. And I'm like, I told you, it's that kind of easy. So because it really is. It's too easy. You'll get in there, you'll put your pictures up, you'll drag them around. There's going to be some things you have to learn. Yeah, it's not like you're going to get in there, it's going to look perfect the first time. No, you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to look like crap, and that's okay. But it is. When it's too much fun. You can't stop. It's addicting.
No kidding. And you know what? For any of you who don't know about OVR or you do, the more I know about the team and the people that are actually creating and developing the platform, the more I am in love with the project. I am already in love with most of the OVR community members, and in platonic love, because I see their passion and their excitement. And I love the support that they all give each other and to newcomers. But I also know how hard the developer team is working, and not to mention the community managers and the admins. It's like super crazy. So here's OVR the reality. To me, they're a startup. They just did their first year, like happy birthday OVR, November 30th. They're only 1 year, and they are serving a global community, a global platform. And the fact that their technology has come this far and they're coming out with all these crazy features. Can we talk about some of the updates that are coming up that they've announced?
Oh my goodness, that's what I was trying. I could go on this about for days, Carmen. We've got I say we because I feel I'm in this, you're in this. I feel like we're all in this. You know, when one thing happens for one of us, it's happening for all of us, and that's the beauty of this. So when we get these Unity updates and we get this map to earn, let's talk about the map to earn. So with the library, I'm about to actually be able to go in this place, pull out my regular phone. I don't need any kind of special LiDAR camera. I can just pull out my regular phone and just go through the steps, whatever the steps that OVR is going to have to make this go through. But they've said I can take out my regular phone, scan this place in, and then I can put in an avatar. So if kids want to come in there and meet Einstein, then I can have an Einstein avatar in there that's teaching them their Einstein. It doesn't get much better than that. You know, it's like, how much more, what else do you need?
You are super excited and you're going like a mile a minute, and I feel like you're skipping words. Take it down a notch and please explain what, in your words, is their 3D mapping map to earn. Let's talk about 3D mapping first. Okay, can we just talk about 3D mapping first? What is that?
So the 3D mapping is we're going to go into take a picture. Okay, yeah. So we're going to take a picture, okay, and then it's going to put in the dimensions of that spot. So if I have bookshelves in my library, okay, and I want my avatar to take someone to where that specific book is, I can build my 3D map library and then tell that library where these books are supposed to be, right? So this section of books is going to be over here. And then when someone comes into the library, they'll be able to pull up their phone and say, I'm looking for the books on science and chemistry. And then the avatar will be able to walk them to that spot, and then they'll be able to know that this is where these books are. And then they can look through to see which book they want. Or maybe the avatar can suggest a book. So to encompass both of those things, the map to earn is going to be where you can go in and scan. So maybe you don't know how to build the avatars, but maybe you like the place Walt Disney World, and you're there with your friends on vacation, and while you're there, you're like, hey, I could earn a couple dollars by just pulling up my phone and going through the steps that OVR says to go through to scan this place in on this map to earn while I'm on vacation with my family or whatever.
That sounds exciting. So do you mean to say that if I were to, like, let's say I wanted my little 400 square foot apartment on OVR, I will actually, because it's located in a certain spot in the middle of Canada, I can take my phone and whatever the steps that OVR has created, I will follow that. I guess, go around my little apartment with my phone. It will actually 3D map all the objects in it?
Yes.
That's freaking amazing. Is it my understanding that this map to earn it's pretty much crowdsourcing? So you're asking the crowd, the community, to go and pull out their phones and wherever they are, scan it, and it'll sit in the OVR Metaverse. So they're kind of like helping to 3D map the OVR Metaverse that's layered over the real world. And then you can earn
100%.
points. Do you earn OVR tokens? Do you know what the compensation is?
That I do not know all the full details of. I'm thinking there's some OVR tokens in there. Yes.
I think that's brilliant. Okay, since we're talking about 3D mapping, there was a news early November about Niantic Labs or Niantic Studio, Niantic, the guys that made Ingress and Pokemon Go. All the major technology journals, online news sources are all talking about Niantic, how they are going to build the first 3D map the world, like 3D mapping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, oh, hell no. I just had to say that for people who are watching this. No, no, no. OVR has done that, gotten that. So no, 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 no. I just had to say that. Oh, Charles, what other features are you
Yeah.
excited about other than 3D mapping? This is like crazy that 3D map to earn is like amazing, but what other features are there that you're excited about?
With the AI assistant, I can't go on enough about having that capability to, because there was an interview, a report that came out yesterday or today from Diego, and he was talking about the AI capabilities and growing or learning your avatars, so your NFTs that you put in. And it could go on I could go on the dreams, the clouds that can be created out of this by just the basic having that assistant be able to walk you over to that spot of whatever area that you've mapped in. So if it is a library or if it is Walt Disney World and you have a Mickey Mouse avatar that you're allowed to have walk around Disney World and, take people on this tour, and it's all personal now. So when you Digital Film go to Disney World and you hop on the OVR app, you can now pay for the experience or rent the experience to have Mickey Mouse take you around Walt Disney World. Whatever that person has created, or that, it's just going to be so beautiful. I'm excited.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm excited about, being digital and all. I want an AI boyfriend. I want an AI boyfriend that I can go on a date with, and that's just perfect for me, to be honest. So
I can see that it makes sense to me. I can see how this is going to be a thing.
Yes, you know where I'm going with this. So I am going to say this right now. I am looking for avatar models, faces, body type, whatever. I'll put the link in the description where you can send me a photo of yourself so that I get to choose, like a Tinder. I want to choose like which model or which face I want to put on my avatar boyfriend. How's that?
That's not, I can see you're going to get flooded now. Your inbox is about to get flooded with the new AI Tinder dating profiles. You're about to get all of them sent straight to you.
I know, right? And you heard it here first, folks. So it's going to be called the OVR AI dating app. OVR AI, and I started it, and Hexidized Charles, he's going to be in it with me. Somehow. He's going to be like my business manager or something. We're going to work on it. That's amazing. AI.
I'm not going to get out of it now. You put me in it. Like, why would I? That'd be like.
Charles is going to help me cipher through all the. Hopefully, I do get responses. I hope I do. What other features are? Do we know what other features are coming around the corner for 2022?
I mean, there's once that Unity gets put in, okay, and people have the functionalities to start creating and building. What's coming for 2022 is not. We love OVR, and I think OVR has done a fantastic job of giving everyone the opportunity to do what they're about to do in 2022, okay? Because OVR has built a platform that people can build on with ease. They have given us the AI capabilities to where we can take full control of what we do in our worlds, and they have given us the geolock spots to be able to do this in. So they've given us the tools, they gave us the platform. Now all these owners and these builders and developers, it's game on. And this is what I'm most excited about 2022, because we thank OVR for the platform, but now it's time for everyone that's got these spots. We're about to just take over. You're going to see NFT projects that just start popping up on their own. I know of a couple. There was one that this past weekend, they got together. They said, we're going to do a land grab. And they did a land grab in Miami. I think they bought 100 lands.
Oh, yeah, Metapunk.
So some Metapunk.
Wasn't it Metapunk?
The Metapunk, they all got together and they bought 100 lands on OVR in Miami. So just to kind of show the dedication, because Miami's not cheap anymore. It's not $10 a spot anymore. That place is bought. spot up. So they went in and bought the same section together. And there's something to be said about buying in bulk. So if you are going to go out and buy in bulk, understand that when you do buy in bulk, your order will go through it at, say, the number that it is, but after that order processes, or when that order is processing, it's actually going to go up in value because of the popularity of the spots. And that's just the way the coding is written. That's in the contract, and we want it that way, okay? So that's in there, but it doesn't actually show until after you've gone through the process. So if you buy 100 lands, understand and you bought them all at $10 each. Well, when those things actually do go into closing, they will go up in the value as they close. And so you do need the extra tokens, and you will, if you don't have them in there, just put them in there as soon as it's done. But it is in there. It's in the official statements. So all that, if you want to go and read up on any of that, you can. But yeah, so these people went in and bought these 100 spots. So we know that just by buying those spots, they went up in value. Okay, just because exactly, is it not?
Oh my God, we cannot be more excited than this. Like, I kid you not. So for those of you that don't know Unity, Unity 3D, they're like a 3D modeling AR. They have an augmented reality, I guess. Shoot, I'm losing my words. Like not algorithm, like software attached onto it, where people have been developing games on Unity, like full on games. So everybody's really excited. I know the people in the community are always asking, when is the Unity plugin going to happen? And I know the team is working really hard on it. Can you imagine? They're working on the 3D mapping, 3D map to earn. They're working on the AI. They're working on all this. There's a lot to work on, people. And it's not like they're closing down the platform while they're working, as they should. Like,
no,
I don't
because
know.
I've still been able to do this while they're, and that's the beauty of this. That's one of the things that I love about OVR is what you see around you, what you've been able to walk around, and I didn't walk around all the way through here, but you can go on YouTube and see the whole world, or you can hop in and experience for yourself later after this video, whatever. But what you see in this experience here, I've been able to do, like you said, while OVR is still building and updating their platform, and it hasn't interrupted. All this is saved. There's a lot of stuff in here that if it disappeared, I could cry about for a while. Like, there's some time spent in here. But OVR, like you said, it's still updating behind the scenes and keeping things moving. And when there is an issue, I've said, hey, I have an issue. And then they come back with, we're looking into it. And then they get back to me with, this is what it is. And then we move on. Whatever the issue was, it doesn't matter. We're able to move. Look around you. Whatever issue was a bit.
Exactly. And what people need to understand is, right, what people need to understand is every time there is an issue, and then these issues are coming from all of the social media accounts, that the dev team actually looks into it. They do. It just takes time.
They really
because
do.
Hello.
Right.
There's
a lot of other things going on.
Exactly. Now, with this whole MVMF thing, we know that there are community members that are really doing this crazy project. And I know Lester Paints the World, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about, can we just talk about Lester Paints the World and Defiant Streets?
Oh, yeah. So, because they were a major part, when you're talking community, okay, and we're talking OVR, and they just go hand in hand. When I found out about MVMF and I started looking into it, and I realized that I wanted to be a part of it, right? And so I started getting myself ready, and then I came over to the OVR community, and I said, hey, guys, I'm looking at doing this. It's going to be really cool, and, does anybody else, just want to be involved? And the OVR community, when it comes to collaborating, is this, you can't get much cooler than this. We didn't go in there asking for a bunch of NFTs. We didn't go in there saying we're going to charge admission. We went in there and said, hey, let's see what we can do with this app, since we're all working with this app, right? And Lester came, he's already traveling the world, painting in location, in the spots on OVR or in, AR, VR, and then placing them in those spots on OVR. And that's super cool that it's created for those locations, right? Or that scene had something to do with, or that real world around him inspired him with that piece of art in some sort of way. And so each piece is him actually traveling the world. And so what Defiant Streets has done is really highlighted that and captured that in a way that is kind of storytelling. And they both together, been telling this story to the world, and Hexagonauts been right along with them, I believe. But Defiant Streets has just been going crazy with his collaborations and what he's doing inside the space. He's done some stuff with OTO Motors, which is another NFT project. And he's really bringing life to the platform, and they both are, not just for their own attention, but bringing communities onto the platform as a whole. And that's the beauty of this, is people are just amazing.
That's amazing. I got a question though. So when Lester paints the world, paints actually things on the OVR Metaverse, like, does he own the overland that he paints on?
I think he's collaborating with the owner. So, and that's again just how really open this community is, and how it's really it's amazing.
Okay, so then here's a question for you, and I don't know if you know the answer, but so let's say the owner allows Lester Paints the World to paint his sculpt, whatever he does, and then later on the owner wants to sell it. And let's say I were to buy it, and I don't want this structure on my overland. Do I have the option to remove it, or does it come with the overland?
You can, yeah. Once you change the scene, you can once you own that overland, you can put any experience you want to. That experience should go with it, but once you take that experience off, it's gone forever. So if you do have an experience, right? So if you do have an experience from Lester Paints the World on your overland, and then you buy that overland, or you own that overland, you decide you want something different. If you don't own those avatars, or you don't own those pieces to put that scene back together, then that scene will be gone forever. Which adds to the value, to me, of Lester's art, because by the end of this, there will be some that people don't keep, not because they don't care. It's just maybe they weren't paying attention, right? Which is just going to add value to the ones that do get to remain. And it's a beautiful thing the community has done together.
Okay. I'm going to need to process that and rethink about that. So how does that work with my AI boyfriend? Like, if I get tired of my AI boyfriend's face or something, can I just switch out the face? Or is he like minted on the blockchain, and if I don't want him anymore, can I sell him to somebody and get him out of my apartment?
I would hope so.
No, I'm serious. This is a serious question.
If I have an AI girlfriend, the whole purpose of me is so that she's replaceable, okay?
Okay.
And
this is not to say that. All right. Just wondering. Okay, this is great. Can you tell me about? I was walking around when I logged on to your OVR Live, and I stumbled across Serenity.
Yes.
No, is it Serenity House? What's it called?
Serenity Corner.
Okay. Yeah. So when I logged on to your overland and I was walking around your Christmas village, I stumbled across Serenity Corner. And can you tell me what that is?
Yes, thank you. Serenity Corner is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that started out just trying to kind of figure out where the original goal was. We were going to go and change people's lives, and then we got over there and realized we're all the same. And this started about 5 years ago. They went over to a corner of town and just started handing out. We didn't have food. We didn't have anything. We just wanted to know what the needs were. And so we stood there on the corner and we started building relationships. I say I'm going to take me out of it. There was an old man named Leedbetter that started standing on a corner just about every day, if not 3 times a week. Okay. And he just started building relationships with people, finding out exactly what the needs were. And we found out food and shelter and things like that. We hear about all these in these different ministries or organizations. But we started realizing what most people really wanted was just the opportunity to go to work. Okay, they weren't really looking for a free $5. There are those that want the $5, but a lot of people want the opportunity to do something better than what they're doing. And so what Serenity Corner has done is we found property, they found property and a building that they can remodel. And it's about $325,000 to do the complete remodel. They've raised about $40,000 in the last few months to do so. So they've been around for 5 years total, making sure that we know what we're doing. And now they've got the building and the land and everything like that ready to go. But they're wanting to put some showers and bathrooms with washers and dryers, a kitchen, and training offices, some training facilities, so that people can come and have an opportunity, not a place to live, not a place, it won't be a food pantry. The reason for the kitchen is so that, when there are training things or things like that going on, there will be food given out. I mean, obviously people are still hungry, right? And people do need a shower and they need a place to wash their clothes, especially if they are going to go to work or do any of those things. And maybe while they're saving their money to get that place, they just need a place to just stay clean for a little while. And that's what this place is really going to do, and give the opportunity for job trainings and teach people the job skills and be able to set up those classes and have a place where people can go and get that opportunity. So thank you for asking about Serenity, because it is a big part of my personal life. In fact, the guy that headed up, that guy that was standing out there building the relationships for the last 5 years, was awarded the Citizen of the Year award for this little small town. So congratulations. I think that says a lot for what other people see for what they're doing over there. And I think that means a lot.
Now that you reminded me, Serenity Corner is familiar because I saw it in an Instagram post that you did. And I was just really, really touched by it, but I didn't really understand. I kind of knew what it was, but now that you had explained it to me, my heart is just so touched by it. And there's got to be, didn't you say something about there's got to be a way to reach the crypto community and maybe they can help? Like if there's crowdfunding, I'm sure there could be this metaverse crowdfunding for like initiatives like this.
That's one of the things that Hexidized, that's one of our goals, inside this metaverse space has become. So we've noticed that you're right. The crypto community, if this is going to be the future of how we live and what and how we exchange things, then this is where we need to bring everybody else. And so one of the things we're looking to do is set up organizations like this with a wallet and with the contracts, and be able to bring them into these spaces so that they can do this on their own and in a safe manner. Right, because that's a big thing, especially when you're talking about nonprofits and organizations like this. People like, well, where they want to know that true safety in it, right? And where's the real value in it? And so, being able to show the true value back to people really kind of helps a lot. And that's what our goal is to really give people the true opportunity. So, if they can come into this facility and get set up with a wallet, right, and understand how to safely get into this crypto space and know and learn in these safe places. These are the goals that we want. And so we'll be able to use facilities like Serenity Corner to host things like this for the everyday person to ask those questions.
Wow, that's amazing. So if anybody wanted to get in touch with you to ask about any of the projects that we just mentioned, and in particular Serenity Corner, where can they reach you?
Well, if they want to, anything they want to do with Serenity Corner, they can go to serenitycorner.org, serenitycorner.org, or look them up on Facebook, Serenity Corner, Terrell, Texas.
So can you explain to people how this is actually working? Like who the cameraman is?
Yes, so because I just kind of dipped out there, didn't I? So
yeah.
Yes, so the way we're recording here in OVR, because we are doing this live right here in the venue, and it's kind of cool. So the way this is actually working is my avatar and your avatar here, and then I have a third avatar, or what I call my cameraman, set up over in the corner, and I'll kind of turn and look. There's my cameraman right there. I'm looking at him. You're looking at him. And as I turn back around to you here, you know, you and I are interacting this way. So the best way to record inside of any of these that I have been able to find right now, if you do want to record an experience inside your experience, right, then you have a third cameraman run a screen recorder, but do not turn the mic on that cameraman. That is just the camera. They record the audio and the video. Once you turn the mic on the camera goes off. It stops recording the audio. So if you do want to record an experience, you can. Just make sure that cameraman never uses the mic.
Oh, but then it still captures. So the screen recording will still capture our audio within the experience.
Correct.
Can you tell me how many? I know OVR had recently announced that we can, like we can have more than 5 people in a live experience. And they're promoting, like, you know, let's promote having a Christmas party. I don't see why we can't have a Christmas party here in the OVR North Pole. Like, to be honest, this is like amazing.
We can host, I think they said 50 people. They went from 5 to 50, right? And they're testing me now. They said try it, because when we did MVMet, this was okay. I am gonna kind of brag on myself a little bit during Eduardo Miranda's space, okay, and during Defiant Streets and Lester Art's space, right? In fact, with Lester Art and Defiant Streets, we hopped in there. We were supposed to do this live auction thing, right? Like in the app, in the world, and we hop in there. And we had so many rooms open that we never actually found out. Like, we couldn't even see, like, how many people were actually there, because it broke everybody up into individual rooms that everybody has different pictures, and none of us have pictures of the same people.
Oh.
So, right. You know, there was, like, to go from room to room, because the app broke us up into so many rooms that, or I was in a room, and then it kicked me out because there was just so many people. Boom. Boom, boom. So that wasn't a bad thing. We all got so excited. We were like, check out this turnout. It's so big, we can't all fit in the room.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, I would love to see, you know, we should do during this weekend, we should do I don't know, we'll call it something. We'll tweet it and we'll get everybody to come onto your OVR live just to test the system, because I know, and I'm going to say it, what platform am I going to bring up again?
If you're not talking OVR, right? We're talking Second Life. Is this what we're talking about?
Absolutely. Yes. Because Second Life had this issue when they were having live events and dances. People would be on a simulator, but it would be so laggy. And Second Life always had to, I guess, like, iterate and improve on the platform until you can a reasonable amount of 25 people without lag, and 50 was pushing it. But I know the technology is completely different. So I would love to see how OVR handles this first get-go of, you know, this large group of people. Like, I don't even know if they use servers. They got to use something, cloud servers. I have no idea, actually. But we should do that. We should do that on a weekend. Like, do a shout out on Twitter, like, hey, everybody, and I'll tweet from OVR, and we can, like, you know, promote or tell everybody to come on to the OVR North Pole.
Well, there's people that are like these DJs, like real DJs, you know. Me, I'm a play around on the OVR guy and dream real big, and I will dream. But then there's these people that are like actual DJs, you know. And I'm kind of hoping that here pretty soon they get their sound stuff figured out, so that when we go into the party, like, we're running sound into the experiences, like, from our, like, you know, so we can have like these DJ battles. So when we do have that party of 50 people, there's like at least 10 or 15 different DJs that are going to DJ battle. I don't want to give away all of my party secrets because somebody might take them, but it doesn't matter. There could be a million different parties. I'm still going to have my own 15 DJs, okay? So you can go to the other parties too, but I'm telling you.
Exactly. This is the party to be at.
You can go to any of them you want to, but this one's still going to happen. So, take that for what you want.
Well, do you know any DJs? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I actually know DJs. I actually know DJs that have traveled the world and gone into contests. The only thing now is trying to get them into this augmented reality thing, which is like, hopefully they'll see
right?
yeah. So let's just see. You know DJs. We all got to know a DJ.
You have to know a DJ. I mean, if who else were you sitting to in class and not paying attention to the teacher with?
The DJs.
Who's the kid? The DJs.
Or the artists, like, or the
So,
artists or the daydreamers, Like, I kind of want to know, what did Elon Musk do? What was he like when he was at school? What was Richard Branson like when he was at school? What was Steve Jobs? Like, we all knew Steve Jobs kind of like dropped out of university, but he still stuck around and, tried to recruit people. But it's these people that you don't need a formal education. Okay, I better just shut up right now. So this was really great. Is there anything else that you want to add before we end this OVR live interview?
No, I think, man, we covered a lot. There's a lot in here. You could probably break this up into 16 different segments if you wanted to.
And maybe we will. Maybe we will. Okay. Well, anyways, everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video or this OVR live experience, please follow Hexidized on Twitter at Hexidized, HEXIZZED. Of course, you're going to follow the OVR, the reality on Twitter. And I don't know, leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. And do consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for this time, Hexidized. And everybody, get Hexidized!
Digital Fam, I love you. Thank you since day one. Okay, so I would not have been here today. We would not have been here today had it not been for your motivation at the very, 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 very beginning of the year, to even get on a YouTube video and just say, and just start showing people what's possible in this space. And you've been so motivating, and I can't say thank you enough, because beyond the motivation, it's not like you call me every day and like, okay, say your motivational speeches to yourself in the mirror. No, but just watching you do what you've done with the OVR Twitter, and watching what you've done behind the scenes with other community members, and just being able to rally and support, and everything you've done, because people don't know, you sit here and talk about the team behind the scenes, and you're a part of that team behind the scenes. And so thank you very much for giving people like myself the opportunity to even be here today to do this thing, because it's just truly amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. I really do believe it's a synergistic effort, because you guys, the community, you have, and also in particular, have inspired me. And I must say, transparency, I've been getting a lot of FOMO and jelly. I've been really jelly lately, and FOMO, because I have a full-time role as a marketing manager, and that's super, super busy. And I thought that maybe I could put in some hours with OVR to help support them, but this just wasn't so. And I was feeling really bad for just disappointing the team, for not really being there for them as I said I would, because of my other obligations. But I actually made the decision to let go of my full-time role so I can dedicate more time to OVR, as I should have in the beginning. So all this time, while I have not been online, I started back with them like beginning of December. It's only been 6 days, 7 days. But as I was in my other world working, I would see you guys at events. Hexagonal would always be pumping out these daily videos, and you guys would be talking about stuff I have no idea what, and I was legit getting anxiety, and I was getting super jelly, and I could even have my own jelly bean factory because I was so jelly. And my FOMO, oh my God, it was like I had to like deal with it. It was like, oh my God, this is what led me to this decision I had to make. And I just so you know, I love the company that I work with, that I used to work with. Love them dearly. I even cried, like ugly cry, when I told the founders of my decision. But let's see what the future holds, Hexidized and Charles, because I don't know, I feel like we're just all family. Like that's how I feel. Some people. I feel like some of us that I would include in the family. And
It
thank you. You
happens
guys
to us all.
inspire me a lot.
Well, thank you again. We couldn't do it without everybody, and that's the beauty of all this is the everybody. So thank you very much for this time and for even hosting this on your channels. Go give the like and the subscribes and the shares and make sure you're on the digital fam and the OVRlands? Is it what's your
yeah. It's
so
Overland.
Overland. See?
Yes, the ubiquitous metaverse. I changed it to ubiquitous because, like, literally OVR is everywhere. Like, you're on the
Because it's
OVR metaverse.
everywhere. And that's the thing. Just get on the digital film side and just start tracking with it.
Aw, yeah. And thank you for hosting us in your Christmas village. I love it. Right? This is the first.
Thank you.
You know how people have these Christmas villages and they buy these ceramic like houses and put them like with the choo-choo trains and little miniature trees. Like it's like a thing for Christmas.
Yes.
Like I know my mom does it every year. And this is like actually the first time I'm actually in a little augmented reality Christmas village. How awesome is that? Oh my God, I just realized. Look at oh my God, the star is the OVR logo.
Yes.
I mean, has the team even seen this? Has Diego and David and Alessio and Antonio? Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to have to screenshot it and share it with them. Okay. Thanks so much, Charles. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ciao. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, and for anybody who wants to, line up for my AI boyfriend modeling job gig, just put your name with the link in the description and I'll get Charles to get in touch with you. Bye.